Good afternoon, College Studies 103 students. It is Tuesday afternoon. I was waiting a little while to post our instructor check-in video because of this. I have a horrible eye infection that I'm battling and I look funny. Anyways, it's important for me to check in with you and go over what's going on in this course for this week. I hope that all of you are doing well. I know that week 5 can be a real kind of make or break it week for students. We're past the drop deadline for classes, and this can be a stressful time for you to kind of decide, what do I need to do to pass my courses? Where am I struggling? Kind of personally, gosh, do I have a social life? Can I balance that with my schoolwork? Or you may be working and thinking about, how does my work affect my academics? So week 5 can be tough. Please reach out if you need support. I can connect you with some resources on campus, such as counseling, the health center, different people on campus that may help you with whatever you're going through. Remember that here at MSU, you can feel a little isolated in your classes, but know that there are people here who really, really want you to be successful, a whole lot of people. So please reach out if you're struggling in any way, and I can help connect you with the right person. So week 5, it's important this week what we're doing in class. We're looking at emotional intelligence. It's coded as EQ, like IQ, but E for emotion. And basically, emotional intelligence is the way that we regulate our feelings in response to challenges. And everything that we do from day to day, we are constantly thinking about, how do I feel about this? And we have a choice to either react or not react to a situation, and what consequences do they both have? So, for example, you may have just had an argument with a good friend, and you feel upset and angry. What do you do about it? Do you call your friend and start to really rat him or her out? Do you be silent and not say anything? Do you go and do a stress release activity? What do you do? That's all related to emotional intelligence, how to handle conflict, how to gain resolution so that you can then feel at peace. I'm doing a reading right now. It's a really interesting book called Notes on Everything. And it's by an author, Anne Lamott, and it's Lamott. And basically, the premise is that we live in a world that is so incredibly busy. You know, we're inundated with technology, we're inundated with news, so many distractions. How do we focus in, and how do we grow as individuals in this crazy, busy, connected world? And it talks a lot about how we feel like we have connections with other people because we're on social media, but those connections may not be healthy, and they may actually make us feel more disconnected with the world and with ourselves. So I have an excerpt here. I went ahead and, speaking of technology, saved it on my phone, and I'd like to just read it to you. I think it's important to think about as we look at, you know, emotional intelligence and how we regulate our feelings. So, if you're anything like me, I'm the type of person who really puts other people before myself. As a parent, as a mom, I tend to do this all the time, and I think that's good to an extent. And it's something that I've realized about myself, and you may be the same way. You may be a friend who puts all your other friends before you, and you may have a hard time saying no to situations, saying no to different opportunities, and then you become overloaded and drained. And so if you're like this quote, again from the book by Anne Lamott, might really help you. It says, "You can raise and care for your nearest and dearest the best you can. Put them in the best schools, rehab, condo, or memory care, and never ever give up on their having the best possible life available. But if you do so thinking you can rescue them with your good ideas in your checkbook or get them to choose a healthy, realistic way of life, that mistake will make both of you much worse than you already are. So, what I gather from that is that we try to help others, but sometimes by doing so, we actually hurt ourselves. So, if you've ever heard the expression, put your own oxygen mask on before you help another person put their oxygen mask on. If you've flown on a plane, you've probably heard that. It's the idea of we need to take care of ourselves before we can begin to help others. So this week is really, I want you to reflect as you watch the TED Talks. I want you to think about how do you react with conflict, and hopefully you can learn some different strategies and techniques that will help you both in your academic and personal lives. Have a good week.